All right, let's dive in. Today we're looking at this super interesting combo of cutting edge marketing trends for 2024. And then we'll be looking at the mysteries of lost ancient technologies. We've got this Odoo language article from QR Tiger about what's hot in marketing. And then we've got this English article about ancient tech that's, vanished, totally vanished from history. And then we've got this news piece from the Global Investigative Journalism Network, and this one's on tools for monitoring social media. So you might be wondering, how on earth do these topics even connect? But trust me, we're going to uncover some pretty unexpected parallels here.
Yeah, it's easy to think of these as completely different worlds, but you'll be surprised at how the ancients approached communication and how that relates to the challenges that marketers face in today's, digital landscape.
It's a pretty clear picture. Social media is king. It's not just about connecting with friends anymore, right? It's a whole shopping destination. A staggering 90% of Americans are on social media.
Wow.
And those platforms are evolving fast.
That's a massive audience for marketers to, tap into. It's fascinating to see how they're adapting their strategies to actually engage with people where they're already spending their time.
Right, absolutely. One of the biggest trends that the article highlights is the rise of video marketing, especially those short attention-grabbing videos you see on TikTok and Instagram Reels, right? They actually mentioned that 66% of consumers would rather watch a short video than read an article when they're checking out a product or service.
Yeah, that makes sense when you think about it, right? In a world that's just overflowing with information, people are naturally drawn to content that's easy to digest and visually engaging. It's almost like a return to our ancient roots in a way, where storytelling and visual communication were the main ways of sharing knowledge.
That's really interesting. The article also dives into influencer marketing, and it seems like that's only getting bigger in 2024. But there's a shift happening. It's not just about partnering with celebrities with millions of followers anymore. We're seeing a move towards these micro and nano influencers, folks with smaller but highly engaged audiences.
Yeah. This shift towards micro and nano influencers is it's interesting because it really speaks to a growing desire for authenticity. People are increasingly skeptical of traditional advertising and are more likely to trust recommendations from someone they perceive as genuine, even if they don't have a massive following. It's a reminder that building trust is it's key no matter what era you're in.
Absolutely. Now, amid all this new stuff, right, the article really emphasizes that content marketing still matters, but it has to be SEO friendly. Blogs, white papers, press releases, all of that needs to be crafted in a way that that gets it noticed by search engines.
Yeah, content marketing is a lot like Roman concrete. When it's done well, it can, stand the test of time. Roman structures built with that concrete are still standing, centuries later. And similarly, high quality, well optimized content can, continue to attract readers and drive traffic for years to come. It's about building something durable and lasting.
Okay, so brace yourself because this next trend is a bit of a throwback. QR codes. They're making a huge comeback. Big names like McDonald's and Burger King are using them in all sorts of creative ways.
What's really captivating about QR codes is their versatility. They can store a lot of information, and they act as this bridge between the physical and digital worlds, much like the Antikythera mechanism, that ancient Greek device that was found in a shipwreck. They both demonstrated a really sophisticated understanding of technology, albeit on different scales, obviously.
Right. Two more big trends the article dives into are local SEO. And voice search optimization. Apparently 97% of internet users actually search for local businesses. So making sure you show up in those location-based searches is essential. And with smart speakers and voice assistants becoming, more common, optimizing your content for voice search is becoming even more crucial. They mentioned that 71% of internet users prefer speaking their searches rather than typing them.
Yeah. That focus on local SEO and voice search optimization really shows how technology is constantly shaping our interactions and expectations, right? We want information quickly and easily tailored to our specific location and needs. It's a reminder that successful communication is always about meeting your audience where they are.
Absolutely. Now we're stepping into the future. The article talks about the rise of AI-based marketing, which they predict will be worth a staggering $107.4 billion by 2028. AI is going to be everywhere in marketing, from like automating tasks to analyzing data and personalizing campaigns.
AI is like poised to totally revolutionize how marketers understand and engage with consumers.
Yeah.
You know, by like analyzing huge amounts of data, AI algorithms can actually like uncover hidden patterns and predict future behavior. You know, this level of sophistication is it's kind of reminiscent of like ancient civilizations' fascination with understanding and predicting natural phenomena, like you know, the Mayas' intricate calendar system that tracked astronomical cycles with incredible accuracy.
Yeah, it's really fascinating to think about how those like ancient ways of thinking are still relevant today. You know, even as we're developing these like super advanced technologies.
Right, absolutely. It's like the more things change, the more they stay the same in a way.
Exactly. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, from the power of social media and video marketing to the rise of AI and the importance of like, you know, optimizing for voice search and local SEO. It's clear that the marketing landscape is constantly evolving, and it's going to be fascinating to see what new trends emerge in the years to come.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what the future holds, and how marketers will continue to adapt and innovate to, you know, reach and engage with their audiences in new and creative ways.
Absolutely. Now, are you ready to journey back in time and explore those lost ancient technologies?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go. Okay, that's quite a glimpse into the future of marketing. Now, ready to journey back in time. Let's explore that article about lost ancient technologies and see what, like, marvels we've left behind.
Yeah, it's a fascinating look at human ingenuity throughout history.
Right.
And what's really striking is that a lot of these ancient innovations echo the principles that we see in, you know, modern marketing. The focus on like grabbing attention, conveying messages effectively, and creating a lasting impact. You know,
Give me an example. How does, say, like ancient weaponry connect to something like influencer marketing?
okay, so consider Greek fire. This was a weapon used by the Byzantine Empire, basically an incendiary liquid that that ignited on contact with water. And get this, the formula was like a closely guarded secret, and to this day we haven't been able to like fully replicate it.
Wow, that's incredible. So it was like a super weapon of its time.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
how does that tie into marketing?
Well, think about the psychological impact, right? Greek fire was this like terrifying, almost mythical force. It created spectacle and it spread fear among, you know, among enemies. In a way, that's what effective marketing aims to do as well. Create something like memorable, something that captures the imagination and sticks with people.
So it's about sparking that same like sense of awe and wonder, even if it's not through, well, you know, setting things on fire.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, so let's move on from weaponry to something a bit more intricate.
Okay.
This article also discusses the Antikythera mechanism, this ancient Greek device that was discovered in a shipwreck. It's basically like an analog computer, incredibly advanced for its time, obviously, and it was used to track astronomical cycles.
Oh yeah, the Antikythera mechanism.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I remember reading about that. It had like all these intricate gears and dials, and it could like predict eclipses and other, you know, celestial events. It's like mind-boggling what they were able to achieve back then.
It really is, yeah. The Antikythera mechanism shows like a really sophisticated understanding of mechanics and this desire to, you know, understand the world around us. In a way, it's similar to how marketers today are using AI and data analysis to like gain those deeper insights into consumer behavior. They're both like harnessing these complex systems to predict and influence outcomes.
Yeah, it's like they were the data scientists of their time.
Right.
What other lost technologies does the article explore?
Okay, well let's shift gears to something more like fundamental.
Yeah.
Roman concrete. You know, you've seen the evidence, right? Structures like the Colosseum and the Pantheon still standing strong centuries later.
Yeah. What made Roman concrete so special? Was it like a secret ingredient or something?
Well, the exact recipe is lost. Yeah. But they clearly like understood the science of materials, right? Their concrete was incredibly durable, and it could like withstand the elements far better than, you know, than modern concrete can. It's fascinating to compare this to the creation of content marketing that's, you know, that's built to last.
Right. So just like those Roman structures, we want our content to stand the test of time.
Exactly, yeah. It's about building something that continues to like to provide value and relevance even as, you know, as trends come and go. Speaking of lost secrets, there's also Damascus steel. You familiar with
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah. So renowned for its strength and sharpness. This type of steel, primarily used for swords, originated in the Middle East.
Yeah.
We know it was like exceptional, but the exact techniques used to create it have been like totally lost to history.
It's like a legendary material shrouded in mystery.
Right, and that mystery is like part of its appeal.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the way we perceive AI algorithms today. They both involve these like complex processes that we don't fully understand, yet they produce remarkable results.
It makes you wonder if we'll like ever rediscover those lost techniques, or if they'll just,
Right.
remain enigmas.
Yeah, maybe some secrets are best left buried in the past. Now, prepare to have your mind blown. The Baghdad Battery, this collection of terracotta pots, copper scrolls, and iron rods that was discovered in Iraq. It's believed by some to be an ancient electrical device.
An ancient battery, really? That seems like so far ahead of its
It
time.
does, doesn't it? The Baghdad Battery sparks a lot of debate among
Yeah.
among scholars, and its true purpose remains a mystery, but it challenges our assumptions about, the technological capabilities of ancient civilizations. And it makes you wonder, like, what other innovations
Yeah.
might be out there just waiting to be discovered.
Okay, you're right. That is mind-blowing. Anything else that might like reshape our understanding of history?
Well, there's the Mesoamerican long count calendar, like a really complex system used by the Maya and other cultures.
Yeah.
That tracked time with remarkable accuracy. It spanned like vast periods encompassing thousands of years.
I've heard about that. Didn't it factor in like astronomical cycles and like incredibly long periods of time?
It did, yeah. The long count calendar really showcases like,
Yeah.
a deep understanding of astronomy and mathematics. It's like they were, gathering and analyzing data on a grand scale, similar to how modern marketers use data to track trends and predict consumer behavior.
So even though they were working with, entirely different tools and technologies, there's that like shared interest in understanding patterns and
Using data to like
to inform decisions.
Exactly. And finally, no discussion of ancient wonders would be complete without mentioning the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, one of the seven wonders of the ancient world.
Oh yeah, those were supposed to be like absolutely breathtaking, right? A lush paradise in the middle of a desert.
Yeah, they were legendary for their beauty and ingenuity. Sadly, they no longer exist, and we're just left to like imagine the complex irrigation system that made them possible. The scale and sophistication of the gardens are truly inspiring.
It's like they like engineered a whole new world, defying the limitations of their environment.
And in a way, that's what great marketing does too. It transports you to a different place.
Yeah.
It creates an experience, and it leaves like
Yeah.
a lasting impression. Just like those hanging gardens, successful campaigns evoke emotion and capture the imagination.
Yeah, it really is incredible to think about like the ingenuity and resourcefulness of people throughout history, like harnessing fire, building these like long-lasting structures and creating these like complex systems to like understand the universe. It really makes you wonder what like marvels we might create in the future. But before we get too lost in the possibilities, we've got one more source to explore.
You're right. And this final source brings us, back to the present.
Yeah.
Specifically to the challenges of like understanding this digital landscape, right?
Right.
We talked about the power of social media and AI in modern marketing. But with great power, right, comes the need for oversight. That's where tools like Junkipedia come in.
This article from the Global Investigative Journalism Network focuses on tools for monitoring social media, and Junkipedia seems to be like a standout. It was initially developed to track disinformation campaigns, but it's evolved into something much more powerful.
Junkipedia is fascinating because it lets researchers and journalists see the bigger picture of what's happening on social media. You can track lists of accounts across like various platforms, right, including TikTok, Facebook, Telegram, and even podcasts.
Wait, podcasts too?
Yeah, it can actually like automatically transcribe and search English language podcasts, which is
Right.
like a game changer for understanding how information spreads through audio content.
That's incredible. I could see how that would be a valuable tool for researchers. The article also mentions how Junkipedia can be used to investigate corporate greenwashing and woke washing, which like essentially means exposing companies that are all talk and no action when it comes to, social responsibility.
That's all about holding, powerful entities accountable. Junkipedia can like analyze the language used by corporations to figure out if their actions actually align with their social messaging. It's like a digital lie detector for corporate social responsibility claims.
So we've gone from ancient weapons and hidden technologies to like the tools that help us navigate the complexities of this digital age. It's been quite a journey. What do you think is the biggest takeaway from all of this?
What strikes me is that, while the tools and technologies have changed like dramatically over time, that core human drive to understand and shape the world around us, that remains constant. Whether it's ancient civilizations charting the stars or modern marketers using, AI to understand consumer behavior, it's all about harnessing knowledge to achieve goals and leave a mark on the world.
And perhaps that's like the most important lesson of all, right? As we continue to push the boundaries of technology and innovation, it's crucial to remember the lessons of the past, to use our knowledge responsibly, and to always strive to create something that endures. Who knows, maybe thousands of years from now, someone will be digging through the digital ruins of our time, trying to understand who we were and what we achieved.
Maybe they'll even create a podcast about it.
And that's a wrap on another deep dive. We hope you enjoyed exploring these seemingly unconnected topics with us and uncovering those surprising connections. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning.